And now we are joined by Governor Greg Abbott. Thank you for being here, Governor. We just heard Tarrant County hit a new record today, and Dallas County has been climbing daily. You said that you would let the science guide your decision to relax restrictions, and yet medical experts say a 14-day decline in cases is an important factor in reopening. Why have you stopped listening to that science?
Sure. Well, understand this, and that is these decisions to open business in Texas were based upon the advice of doctors, including a former head of the FDA, former head of the United States Medicaid and Medicare, an infectious disease specialist with the University of Texas Medical System, where he's in charge of tracing and tracking COVID-19, as well as the leader of the Department of State Health Services. And so this is based upon sound medical advice. But know this, your audience needs to know this, and that is, as we see an increase in Dallas and Tarrant counties, and I watch every county across the entire state, there is a slow, steady decline of the increased numbers in Harris County and Bexar County and Travis County. So we dig in to find out, why do you have a challenge in Dallas County? And it's not because of community spread. The good news is it's not as if it's going to be around everywhere. It's focused on several nursing home facilities and a sausage company there. And so Texas has already provided resources to help respond to that. And that leads to the broader point, and that is, as we begin opening up, we have these surge teams that will go in and corral the coronavirus wherever the particular location is, which is a hot spot. There are 3 areas where we see these increases take place. Most prolifically is nursing homes. We also have jails as well as meatpacking facilities. And if we can contain those 3 areas, then we will be able to allow the population to go out and begin to open up businesses, begin to make money, begin to lower those unemployment rates in Texas, and allow the workforce to return to work.
You let some of the rural counties in Texas, have a lot more freedom because they just don't have the cases. Areas like Tarrant and Dallas that have so many cases, why not go the other way and let them, the local authorities, enforce more restrictions?
Well, the standards that are in place are standards that are based upon medical advice, but also standards that are proven to work. We see them working in your neighboring counties, like in Collin County, like in Denton County, where Denton County had a problem like this. If you remember, going back, there was a nursing home challenge there a couple of weeks ago, and we sent in the same type team there. We were able to get it contained, and now Denton County's numbers have been low for a while now. And so we can do the same thing in Dallas County, in Tarrant County. We actually did it previously in Tarrant County also. If you remember, the Masonic Senior Living Facility there was an outbreak. We were able to get it contained. So the point is this: we can coexist doing both, opening up our economy while containing the spread of COVID-19, and we need to do that to get our economy going while also containing the coronavirus in Texas.
Speaking of the economy, you said salons had to stay closed and then publicly supported Dallas salon owner Shelley Luther after she openly defied that executive order. What's to stop gym or bar owners from saying, my employees' families need to eat too, and I'm going to open up before May 18th?
Well, remember, in my most recent announcement, I did announce that gyms were able to open up. And in making that announcement, we didn't do it in a void. We did it in consultation with gyms and what gyms recommended about the time that they would need to be able to get their facilities ready. But importantly, if you look at what I did with my executive order concerning cosmetologists and barbers and hair salons, what I wanted to do there was to make sure that no one was going to be put behind bars and lose their liberty simply because of some type of violation of these orders. There are other ways to enforce these orders without putting people behind bars. This is a pandemic. We need to ensure that we maintain order in our society, and it actually just stokes disorder when we see people put behind bars due to circumstances that are truly no fault of their own.
And yet, Governor, I want to read you something. My executive order empowers any law enforcement officer in the state to enforce it, enforceable by a fine or jail time up to 180 days. That's what you said on March 31st. Why put it in the order if you didn't agree with it?
Sure. That is standard language that's actually contained in the statute it's called Chapter 418 of the Texas Government Code, and it's standard language that has been in every disaster declaration that I've issued since I've been governor. And so it was plugged in there, not foreseeing the type of circumstance that it led to here, where what happened was what I consider to be both an absurd and unjust application of the use of that rule to put somebody behind bars. And because I saw that injustice, I wanted to immediately remedy that injustice and modify the executive order so no one would be subject to being put behind bars due to no fault of their own.
And I want to jump ahead. I just want to get one question in because of the economic implications. Texas has just about run out of unemployment money with no end in sight. Will you ask the federal government for more money to make up the difference?
Sure, we already have, and so we will have money to take care of all of our unemployment claims. That's not an issue. The issue is to make sure they are processed adequately. But the real issue is not to have more people in unemployment lines. The real issue is to have more people back at work and reducing the unemployment rate in Texas. And we can do both. We can have more people going back to work while at the very same time making sure we contain the spread of the coronavirus.
All right. Thank you, Governor. As we let you go, have you been out to a restaurant yet?
Been out twice, has some great steaks, and it was great to go out and dine here in Texas.
All right. Was that in Austin where you went out?
It was in Austin. Now it's time for a haircut tonight.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Governor Abbott. Thank you for your time, sir. Really appreciate you taking time to speak with us.